Well, good evening and welcome from sunny California. There's a 3 hour time difference, so it took us a second to stop and get situated. And we are in a parking lot in the middle of nowhere. And we want to discuss our week so far. It's our anniversary, and we're out in California visiting my Uncle Paul again. And he lives in Santa Barbara. There are several places in the world that have a large number of centenarians, and those are called blue zones. And what Santa Barbara is not a blue zone, Loma Linda, California is. But how many times do we get told that I don't want to live to be 100, I don't want to live to be 80, whatever? And what have you seen in California?
Oh, these little old people are not old.
No,
They
they're
will
not.
run circles around 30-year-olds. They are fit, they are fabulous, they are biking, they are surfing, they are living their life.
And we just, well, yesterday we spent all day with Uncle Paul.
We spent all day chasing Uncle Paul, literally.
We went on a 20-mile bike ride. We got up, we went for about a 45-minute walk with the dog, and then Uncle Paul wanted to take us on a tour on the bikes
And he walks the dog 45 minutes every
every day.
morning and every night without fail.
And let's actually comment on that. He lives in Santa Barbara, California. So the elevation here is not flat. It is all up and down. And I did wuss out and use an electric bike because there was no, I didn't have my mountain bike, and B, I was not getting up the hills with my race bike. And so part of this healthy living is that getting out and that mild movement. And we live in Indiana, most of you guys watching are from Indiana, and it's flat. It doesn't stop you from getting outside and putting on a backpack with some weights in it, or just getting out and move. Because these guys, Uncle Paul is 82 years old. He was on a bicycle doing 35 miles an hour down the road.
Oh yeah, and then he'd just swing his leg over and he'd ride on one pedal. He'd swing his leg over and ride on the other pedal. He's pretty cool.
And that's normal here. We're not talking about the odd man out. We are talking about what is normal, and honestly, what you can have, what anybody can have. Because he doesn't do a lot of stuff that's, he's not taking crazy supplements. He's not on some exercise program. He's not going to the gym. It's just his lifestyle. And it saddens me because of all the patients that I hear. They're like, "Oh no, I don't want to live to be
Yeah,
80 years
we
old."
I seen nobody on an electric scooter
Nope.
of any age. I seen zero walkers. Nobody had a cane. Nobody was hunched over and shuffling their feet. They were not in a hurry. They were in the moment, taking it all in, just enjoying. And
And,
we went all over the place. We walked all over the place and rode that bicycle from Santa Monica to Montecito and back. We went everywhere.
and but their food system out here is a lot different than what we have. A, you don't see a McDonald's on every corner.
Actually, they only have one McDonald's that we've seen in Santa Barbara,
Mm-hmm.
one In-N-Out Burger. I don't know that we've seen any other fast food restaurants. Everything is usually sit down, enjoy outside. They serve you water.
More fresh produce.
Yeah, so we met all kinds of wonderful people, and they were like, "Hey, we got a question for you. Like, when you go to a Mexican restaurant, what is this we hear about? You sit down and they put queso on your table. What's that?" Like, they had no idea what queso was. It's not served all the time. Actually, you can't find it
Yeah.
Like there's not cheese laden food. It's so fresh. It's amazing.
And so the takeaway is to have a healthy lifestyle. Uncle Paul cooked for us every meal except for 2 meals where he wanted to take us to a really unique pizza place and then he wanted to go out to breakfast today. Otherwise, he was making tamales, he made salads,
Everything homemade.
yeah,
He tries to buy organic.
and that's not hard.
Mm-mm.
I have such a hard time telling our patients, oh, hey, cook. And they look at me like I have 3 eyes. And it's not hard. Walk for 30 to 45 minutes a day, cook fresh food and eat it. Don't eat out every day, and if you're going to eat out, go to a nicer restaurant. Um, then if and then the community that they've built. That's one of the things that the Blue Zones all had. Every community for the Blue Zones was a tight knit family.
Oh yeah. So to add on to that,
So Uncle Paul's.
yeah, we were leaving and we were like, Uncle Paul's not here by himself. He has a whole community and a family. They know him by name. They know his dog. They look for him. He does not meet a stranger. We have met so many fun people by just walking his neighborhood with him, and he knows how to get a hold of them. Actually, we met 2 gentlemen that one was 61, one was getting ready to turn 70, and they would put the 20-year-olds at home to shame.
The 71-year-old
Shame.
had definition in his arms.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, and we can have that.
Well, and they make a choice, so they choose to live where they live because of the environment they get to enjoy.
And you can make that for yourself. We've made that in our home. No, not everybody around us walks and does all that other stuff, but we do, and you can do that too. Healthy living is about making some choices and some sacrifices. But I mean, we had pizza yesterday and Paul was all about it. And
it was absolutely fabulous, and I actually didn't get sick. That was a wood-fired pizza with fresh toppings. It was so delicious. Homemade.
Yeah.
And they didn't have soda on the menu. And we turned, and as I was looking, we didn't see anybody with soda. No, there wasn't a soda on the table.
Oh yeah, we saw tons of kids, and you're right. I didn't even pay attention.
I do pay attention, and nobody sat down to dinner with soda in their cups, no matter where we went. They were all carrying their water bottles. They all had water. Now they did sit down with a glass of wine, but you did not see soda.
And Uncle Paul, we drink a beer together. So it's not this abstinence, and it's not an all or nothing attitude. It's a choice.
And Uncle Paul loves his ice cream. He enjoys his chocolates.
He made his
He
zucchini
likes his
cake.
snacks. And he is 6 foot, 171 pounds, and truly fit.
Now, he likes his snacks, but his snacks aren't.
They're not Doritos or anything.
Yeah. When he snacks, he has a macadamia nut tree, and
passion fruit.
Yeah, so he snacks on fresh foods, fresh produce. I don't think I saw a single thing in his house in a package.
So to add on to that, he cans his own tomatoes. He prepares his own food and freezes it or dries it or whatever he does with it. He is still doing all of his own projects at home, remodeling, repairs.
He added solar panels to his house.
It's unbelievable. So we were like, what are you doing next? So we can't wait to come back in a few years to visit Uncle Paul because he's redoing his bathroom. and he plans it out, and then he just conquers it.
Starts doing it. So the long and the short of this is, I'm just going to say it. Don't believe the hype on television that you have to take 1,000 pills. Don't believe the pharmaceutical ads that once you have a disease, you always have a disease. Because it's just not true. You can reverse most chronic diseases. And so you can have health like that. You can help if you have joint degeneration and you've screwed that up, then yeah, you can get knees replaced, but you can start where you're at now and reverse and prevent a life of the nursing home or a life of pain. Or Uncle Paul is not perfect. He's got a severe kyphosis, which means he's humpbacked. He gets on an inversion table. He stretches his neck. I mean, he actively maintains his structure, and he actively maintains his biology. And that's what we all have to do. We all have to choose that. And once you choose that, if you don't know what you're doing or you don't know how to do it, that's when you start to ask. So we are checking out from sunny California.
Oh wait, I have to give him a plug.
Go right ahead.
So I always hear, oh, do you like the mountains or do you like the beach? Well, you don't have to choose if you come to Santa Barbara, because Santa Barbara has the beach and the ocean, and you will absolutely love it. Absolutely love it.
You might want to say that again, because that went dark.
Did we go dark?
So
I'm
Santa Barbara.
I'm gonna plug in Santa Barbara, because Santa Barbara is absolutely beautiful. It's just a paradise in itself. So if you've got family that likes the beach and you like family that likes the mountains and you think you have to choose, visit Santa Barbara, because you don't have to choose, because you are literally 5 minutes from the ocean and 5 minutes from the mountains, and you can see all of it in one spot just by turning around.
And
it's beautiful. Hiking, biking, boating, kayaking. It's
all
and,
here.
and if you love dogs, it's your place.
The funny thing about this is they are the most unassuming people.
They are.
We were walking around. Here's a story. Here's a great little story. We were walking around with Paul. We're getting back from Montecito. So we weren't walking. We were biking. We were coming back, and Paul has this little route that he takes. It's just habitual for him. And the two guys, the 60-year-old and the 70-year-old that were hanging out, we're just sitting there talking with them. I'm not going to say their names, but super cool guys, and the most unassuming people. I am a car guy.
We won't tell them about what was in their garage, but they were nice
Oh,
enough
heck
to
yeah,
share
I'm
us.
telling them about what's in the garage, because I'm going to post it on Facebook. Watch a little bit later. But he just is super unassuming. We're sitting there, we're talking about cars. Jess is talking about her Mustang, and I'm talking about my love of cars, and I'm looking at he's got a Porsche that has raced. It's got race pedigree. And he goes, oh, you might like what's up here. And he opens up his garage to one of the 30 original Ferrari GT250s that actually raced. This car has racing pedigree. And he opened the engine up. We got to crawl around it. We got to look at it. He started it up for us. Absolutely just the nicest people.
Amazing experience. We probably talked to them for 45 minutes.
Oh, no. We were there for an hour and a half. I looked at my watch, and the time just flew by.
We had so much fun, and that's the community that Uncle Paul has created for himself. It's a family in that little addition.
Yep. So, and
hopefully they come to Indiana.
Yep.
Because we are gonna.
They want to go to the 500.
They want to go to the Indy 500.
So let's let's. Here's something to think about.
That little yellow jacket really likes us.
Yeah. You know, we actually do catch a lot of flack when we talk about our trips. Oh, you have the money to do this. Oh, we actually don't make a lot of money, but we do budget. We use a zero-based budget. I use a program called Profit First, and it is nothing more than a simple spreadsheet that allows me to take every dollar that we make, and 15% goes to taxes, and this much goes to operating expense, and this much goes to these other things. And we have a vacation fund. And if you are disciplined, and disciplined on what you eat, and disciplined on what you do, you can be disciplined with your money, and then you get to do really cool things.
And we have so much fun, and we really don't go fancy except for special occasions. For our anniversary, we will have a really awesome day.
Yep.
But we have the best time rolling around. Look, we got this has been so fun for us. Get yourself a national parks passport, and you will have so many fun adventures. Very little money invested, but man, will you make the memories.
Yep. With that all being said, go out, go for a walk, have a great meal, prepare a great meal for your family, sit down and talk.
Watch the sunset together.
Yep.
Watch the sunrise.
Make some memories.
Yeah.
We got to get on down the road. We're headed to Sequoia National Forest.
We are going to hug General Sherman. I've always wanted to do it.
I don't think we can hug General Sherman.
Yeah, we can.
We can lay on him, but we can't reach
I
around
know.
him.
Yeah, we're going to have a grand time.
All right, stay tuned because we're...
And that requires a 1 mile hike.
Yep.
Yeah.
And look for those things to do because they're worth it. Have a great night.
Hey, why were